Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Microsoft has told us that it's going to be fixing Windows 11 this year. And I've posted quite a bit of content on Microsoft fixing Windows 11. But just to let you know now that Microsoft's newly appointed lead of the Windows Insider program, Marcus Ashe, late on Friday in my part of the world, published a progress report telling us what the Windows team has been up to over the past 2 months in regards to fixing Windows. So just a quick overview as to what Microsoft says it's fixed already in the Insider program as part of its so-called craft list, fixing Windows 11 in 2026. So according to Microsoft, these are the top improvements that Microsoft has started rolling out to the Windows Insider program and the progress it's made since March. So that's over the last month. Now, first of all, Microsoft says the first is that it's improved and revamped the Windows Insider program. It now features 2 primary channels, experimental and beta, with beta having no controlled feature rollouts and experimental allowing you to toggle specific features, as we had been talking about on the channel. Microsoft said it's also made it easier to move between channels and leave the program without reinstalling Windows. And there's also a revamped feedback hub that makes it easier to share feedback, browse other people's suggestions, and so on. So the Insider program was Microsoft's first point of call. The next, Microsoft says it's made changes to Windows Update, and most of these we have spoken about previously on the channel, but just a collation for the purpose of this video. So the power menu no longer forces you to install updates before restarting or turning off your PC. That's something we've spoken about. You can also pause Windows updates as many times as you want and as long as you want. And the operating system now requires only 1 restart per month to install operating system, .NET and driver updates. And then next up, Microsoft said it's also toning down its AI efforts in its different apps and services. So as an example, if we head to Notepad, Copilot is no more, but we've got writing tools. Now this makes no sense to me, but according to Microsoft, this is what it's calling toning down AI. Where in Notepad we've got write with all the other options that were available when it had the Copilot branding, but now they've just simply called it writing tools instead of Copilot. Now that makes no sense to me, but according to Microsoft, it's removing redundant Copilot entry points across inbox Windows apps like Snipping Tool and Photos, which no longer have the Ask Copilot button. And in Notepad, Microsoft has replaced Copilot, it says, with better wording that is easier to understand. Now that is debatable, but nonetheless, that's according to Microsoft. So Microsoft is toning down its AI in its inbox Windows apps. Microsoft says that File Explorer is also getting better, with Microsoft saying that it has included fixes to deliver smoother, more responsive launch and navigation, also making the home experience more stable, with fewer jarring transitions and improved visual polish, including sharper thumbnails. I just wish they would sort out the white flashbang when you open up a new tab, but nonetheless, at least a move in the right direction. And then something I posted on earlier today, I'll leave the video linked because it'll give you a lot more information. Just a quick recap for this video. Microsoft is also ditching the MSN feed and is switching to a widget-only UI by default in the widgets board. So basically, currently, as you may well know, when you launch, it opens up the MSN feed. And the new update is when you launch the widgets board, the MSN feed will be off by default. So the widgets will be default. And this is Microsoft's aim, it says, to make the widgets quieter by default, and I do think that's a move in the right direction. I'm not going to spend too much time here. I posted a whole video on this earlier today. You can go check that out if you would be interested. And then Microsoft says it's also improved system performance, where it's been actively investigating and pursuing memory savings across the system. And Marcus ends off the post by saying, and I'm quoting, "The commitments we made in March reflect our focus on delivering real performance, reliability, and craft improvements to Windows 11 throughout this year." So that's, according to Microsoft, the progress it's made since March fixing Windows 11. And obviously those are in the insider programs, so we can expect those updates and changes and improvements to start rolling out shortly to the stable channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.